Hey YouTube, this video I'm going to show some of my fixed blades made by SOG. With SOG or SOG, a lot of people have said that their folding, their Aegis folder or their Trident folders have developed a little bit of blade play. And some people have also complained about the just the lightness of the Zytel handles on those folders. So, with SOG, I think one of the big strengths of SOG is more in their fixed blade line, alright? And some of their cheaper fixed blades might not be so good, but they're more higher end production fixed blades. They are pretty good. Alright, so let's check out some of the stuff they have. Alright, this blade right here, SOG agency fixed blade. Alright, now this blade goes for about 130, 140, and they also have a black coated version that goes for a little bit more. Now, as far as a kind of a combat fixed blade, military style, this right here is kind of like the top of their production line. It's about a 7.5-inch blade, which is same length, around the same length as a USMC K-bar. And this is based on the very famous Randall type fighting knives, which now go for a heck of a lot. You can see it has the old school stacked leather handle. It is kind of smooth, but it has a guard, and it does have a lanyard hole too, so you could lock yourself in if you really needed to. And it's a beautiful blade. I mean, the grind, the way they did the grind and the satin finish, I mean, that's top notch. Yeah, now this blade right here, this is the Gov-Tac. And the length on this blade, it's a little more than 6 inches in blade length. It either comes in gray bead blast or this black, titanium nitride protective coating. And you can see it's got a rubberized handle, guard, very nice palm swell in both directions, alright? Now this blade is basically a pretty successful attempt to make a mid-sized military fighter. It's kind of like the single-edged answer to a fighting dagger. It's very slim, very penetrating. To me, they pretty much designed this as a one-purpose knife, as a single-edged fighter. And I think it would serve very well in that role. If for some reason you don't like double-edged daggers for that, that's what the Gov-Tac is for. Alright, now this knife over here, this is the SOG Tech Bowie. Alright, it is slightly longer than the Gov-Tac, and it is also wider. Now this is more of a multi-purpose knife. Okay, as you could probably tell with the Bowie tip and that nice belly. Alright, you could use this for skinning game, so you could use this as a hunting knife. Alright, and it could also serve, obviously, in that military mid-sized combat utility role. The main difference is, you see that tip is going to be a bit more fragile than this tip, right? Because, well, you see that tip, just a drop point versus the needle of the Bowie. Right, so yeah, I'd say this is more, I'd say this is a multi-purpose hunting, mid-size combat utility, and it's also friggin' nice. Again, freaking out the camera there. They just do a really great job on the grind there. I mean, look at that geometry, work of art type thing. Now this knife here, this is the SOG Ops knife. And this blade, it's a 5-inch blade. Alright, you can see the little recurve and the nice drop point. It's kind of like a mini, the blade shape is like a mini version of the Jungle Warrior knife. Alright, and now I don't have the Seal Pup knife. But again, check out the geometry and the grind. Looks awesome. And this is for more if you, let's say you're an aircraft pilot or a helicopter pilot or a vehicle crewman, and stuff like this might be too big and cumbersome. You know, this is a smaller military type combat utility blade. And this blade over here, this is not, you know, this is the only non-military-esque knife here. But why did I get this knife? Just look at it. This is the SOG Aura camp knife. Look how extra wide, and look at the giant belly on this knife. Strong drop point. Right, really nice integral guard. I just thought it was a really nice knife for the price. I believe it was around $35 when I bought it. Deep hollow grind, and you know, this would be excellent for you know, a camp knife. You could skin with it. You could certainly prepare all kinds of game and food with it. It's a nice blade. Alright, and last, the big guy, this SOG Jungle Warrior. This is just short of 10 inches in blade length, and look at that sucker. Now this is from their more budget line, and you can probably tell it's not, you know, it's definitely not as nice as these. You know, the Bowie and the Gov-Tac, they both go for like around 110. Alright, and as I said, this is like 130. This I think you can get for like, I don't know, like around 40. Now what is it? Well, you know, it's a giant fighting knife. I mean, you know, you see a bad guy, I mean, you can see the wound that would make, right? It's not very thick, so for a large knife, it's super fast. And it also does have utility use. Okay, I just saw a video where, you know, a reviewer, he really put it through a lot of outdoor utility tasks, wood and stuff. And it worked surprisingly well in that video. But still, it's you know, look, it's just a deadly design. I'm gonna have the back of that sharpened one day, and then I'll show it to you again in its full glory. You know, it's an alright large size fighter for the price. That's what I'd say about this. Also serve as a little mini machete in the woods too. Alright, YouTube, I hope you enjoy this little tour. These are all the SOG Fixed Blades that I currently have. And I figure if you see one that interests you in this little survey video, you can then look up specific reviews. I have not reviewed all of these, but I'm sure somebody's reviewed at least. I'm sure there's at least one review of all of these floating around from somebody. So I hope you enjoyed seeing these pretty nice looking fixed blades. Stay tuned for many more videos. Peace out, dudes.